Hey, what's going on, everybody? FullFrontage here. Today, bringing y'all a Clash Mini video, and in today's video, we have a tier list to go over. A few of you guys have been asking me to make another tier list because right after I made my last tier list, we had balance changes. So let's go over the tier list. We have the 5 tiers on the side here. We're going to start with the heroes. I think for the heroes, I'm just going to run down in order that they are on my screen. So for the Archer Queen, I think the Archer Queen is going to be an A tier hero. It is borderline S tier, but I think there are more counters to Archer Queen than the S tier hero, which is going to be the Wave Master. I think the Wave Master is the best hero in the game. It's so good at level 5. It's even better at level 10, making it in overall the best hero because Archer Queen has its best at level 10, whereas Wave Master at level 5 is still very solid. So that's why I'm ranking that there. For the Barbarian King, we have the Barbarian King in the B tier. The Countess, I'm also going to put in the B tier, slightly above the Barbarian King, and I will explain why. For the Countess, she has the healing cut at level 5, which is really good versus healing Ranger. If you're able to negate some of the healing that comes from the Ranger, then that just makes it better overall. So I think it's really good hero. I don't think it's an A tier hero because I think Wave Master and Archer Queen do just a little bit better. But I think it's a very solid hero. And then in the B tier as well, I'm also going to put the Monk in. I think the Monk is a lot better at level 10 than it is at level 5. So I'm putting that there. Then I'm going to put the World Champion in the C tier. I think the World Champion is still pretty good, but it's probably the worst hero. And then I'm also going to throw the Shield Maiden in the B tier, probably actually above the Barbarian King. I think the Shield Maiden is really good right now. There's also a bug with it that with the Countess and the Wave Master, it will infinitely target the Shield Maiden once a taunt is active. That's a bug. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. And when it does, that'll just make Shield Maiden or the Countess and Wave Master even better. So those are the heroes that we have. Now let's talk about the minis. So for the minis, I think there's only one really bad hero mini in the game, and that is going to be the Witch. I think the Witch is the worst mini in the game right now. There's just too many counters to it. The World Champion, the Archer Queen, the Valkyrie. It is just not good right now. So hopefully we see some rework to the Witch. Maybe it gets turned down to 3 elixir and stays the same. I don't know. But right now, something needs to be done with the Witch. So that, to me, that is the only D tier mini. In the C tier, we have the Swordsman, the Barbarian, and the Guard. I don't think these minis are that great. Swordsman is borderline D tier, but I think it has more uses than the Witch, I would think. So that's kind of why I put it in the tier above the Witch. I think the Witch is just really completely useless right now. And there's not much else to it. And then I'm also going to actually add in the Mega Knight here. The Mega Knight doesn't really have a use in the current meta. It's just not great. So I'm throwing that in the C tier as well. Then for the B tier, we're going to go with the Prince. We're going to go with the Electro Wizard. I'm going to go with the Knight here. We're going to go with the Miner. We're going to go with the Magic Archer. We're going to go with the regular Archer. And I'm also going to add in the Fisherman into the B tier. And let's also put in the Spear Goblin. That was the last one I had. So that is my tier list right there for the B tier. It actually just bumped the Witch down, which is kind of funny. So that's it for the B tier. I think all these units are just not... They're like okay. They're not anything super spectacular. I'm actually just going to bump the Countess up to the A tier so we can keep the Witch on screen, but it'll be the back of the A tier. So it's like Countess borderline B tier, A tier. So that's it for the B tier, and that's what I think is going to be that. And then for the A tier, we're going to go with the Golden Giant in the last spot in that A tier. We're going to go with the Wizard in the second to last spot in the A tier. I'm going to go with the Pekka. The Pekka's block is actually really good when paired with the Archer Queen or even the World Champion. So I think Pekka is like a lower A tier unit. Then we're also going to have the Valkyrie, the Giant Skeleton in here as well. And we're going to go with the Dark Goblin. I think pretty much everything remaining is going to be in this A tier. So we're going to go with the... oh, that's a Healing Ranger. Healing Ranger goes in the S tier and is in a tier of its own. And I'm also going to put the Mini Pekka in the S tier as well. And what I wanted to avoid is still happening. So unfortunately, the Witch is now bumped off screen. So just remember that the Witch is in the D tier. But so these are the rest of the minis that I have in. We have the Ice Wizard. We have the Lumberjack. We have the Musketeer. I'm actually going to put the Musketeer over here because I think the Musketeer is one of the better A tier units. And then I'm also going to rearrange this a little bit. We're going to put the Bowler up here, and I'm going to put the Golden Giant up here. And we're going to switch that. So I think this is the order that we probably see the A tier in. Musketeer is a great unit. It's not an S tier unit, but it is a great unit to have. The extra stun duration is really good. The extra snipe ability is great as well. That's a priority for upgrade. Ice Wizard, really good with the additional slow, especially when paired with the Monk, for example. The Monk is really good paired with the Ice Wizard. Lumberjack is pretty good as well. Can allow the Healing Ranger to get shots off quickly if you upgrade to its Clash ability. The Dark Goblin is also a very great replacement for the Musketeer. Doesn't do too hot against like a Shield Maiden, for example. So Musketeer is just overall rounded better, but Dark Goblin is definitely a good unit to have if you feel like switching things up. And then for tanks, you can kind of have any of these 5 really, from Golden Giant to the Pekka. Any of them are a very good option. Giant Skeleton, Battle Healer, or ones you typically don't upgrade. Golden Giant, you might want to upgrade to the 1st star. Valkyrie, you might want to upgrade, doesn't need to be. Pekka, if you do have it, you might want to consider getting it to that 2nd star ability for the blocks. So calculate your elixir, calculate what abilities you want to have upgraded. And then Healing Ranger, no brainer. Mini Pekka with Dissipate is just so good. It's one of the most consistent. If you don't have these 2 in your deck, then you will likely lose more often than not. So these 2 minis are just complete S tier. The Mini Pekka with Dissipate is so strong, which is why I put it in the S tier. It really feels like a must-have in the current meta. So this is my tier list. That's what I was thinking for this. If there's anything you disagree with, let me know down in the comment section below. If you could make changes to any of these minis, what would you do to make them a little bit better or make them a little bit worse, like the Healing Ranger? Honestly, I think it just gets its ability off too fast, so I would just tone down how much energy it gets, or how much energy it needs to cast a super. That'd probably be my best bet, because it's not like overpowered, but it's just so impactful because of how quickly it can get its abilities off. So honestly, I think just increase how much energy it needs to cast a super, and then that's pretty much it. That's all you really need to do with it. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Again, let me know what your thoughts are on this tier list down in the comment section below. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you later. Peace out.